You are listening to session 117 of Primordial Harmony, a retelling of the classic elemental evil story in the Dungeons & Dragons multiverse. My name is Mike, and tonight I'm joined by...
Hello, I'm Senna, and I'm playing Delia, the Gnome Wizard.
And I am Kitties, and I am playing Hum, the Gnome Bard.
Nyx will not be joining us this evening, but she'll be back next week.
Is it me? It kind of lagged a little bit.
Oh, it's you.
Hey, my name's Miles. I'm playing Tadias. He's a Asimar Seeker. What's up?
And I guess I'll announce here that Rachel will not be joining us for the foreseeable future, but hopes to rejoin us at a later date. That said, when last we left, a pact of Coit Dome. Oxor, Delia, Hum, Tadias, Vox, Rook, the Snurfneblin, Lucy the Bullet, Chadicus, Bit, Ren, Snow, Velia, and Stoneflame stand inside an old burrow mound near the entrance of the elemental cult Nexus. Belnar Chanzal, avatar of the exiled god Therizdun, with the fiery strength of Zaman Rule standing in their way and swearing to end the life of at least one of them then and there. With him are a crowd of inverse, unreal goblins and a pair of four-stride militia defectors. Our heroes engage, Hum kicking the battle off with a powerful thunder wave that was a destructive wave that washed off Chanzal's body. Tadias using Suni's spade in an attempt to crush some goblins, Chanzal himself and the chain breakers as well block the stairs that lead down into the Nexus. As Oxor advances, Chanzal mocks him for being the servant of two gods. Chanzal's disdain for deities of the realm palpable. The scrum in the middle of the room included Tadias, Hum, Vox, and Snow as the rest of the party focused their efforts on the inverse goblins. Chanzal appeared to be focusing his ire on Tadias singly. A few moments into the battle, more goblins bled into existence as two chaos elementals seeped from the walls to further harry our heroes. Chadicus would summon giant snakes into the battle, one of them constricting around Chanzal, but a Light Eater and Chain Breaker reached and began to hammer against the stone pillars blocking their way underground. Tadias, the party martyr, attacked with full bore with his daggers, despite the fact that with the power of Zaman Rule, Tadias was being struck by Chanzal's flaming blood on each hit. Meanwhile, the rest of the party struggles with the goblins and chaos elementals. Then a Light Eater enters the fray and dispels Chadicus' snakes, and Chanzal continues to strike Tadias, and only Tadias. Tadias falls unconscious and in a frenzy of bloodlust, Chanzal prepares to strike the final blow. But he does not, as a warm orange glow fills the room from the ruby on the shield once bared by Zachriel. The ruby that he gave some of his life energy to for Torlir to enchant and create the shield. Ribbons of Zaman Rule's, Zachriel's flame holding Chanzal back when it mattered most. Zachriel using his limited strength of will to bar Chanzal from his coup de grace. Chanzal is surprised and frustrated, Hum and Snow piling on healing magic. The tide of the battle turns as a chaos elemental and more inverse goblins are destroyed. It is Ren who delivers the final blow on Chanzal, reducing him to an oily mist that the flames of Zachriel pull back down into the cult Nexus, swearing to the party that he'll buy them as much time as he can. The fight is finished then, the other Chaos Elemental destroyed. The party sits down to rest as Rook, watchful, but a non-combatant, scouts ahead into the Nexus. He returns to give very precise directions and threat assessment to the two parties, and they all venture down the stairs into the Fane of the Eye. After Gordon's task force heads toward the water node, leaving Oxor, Delia, Hum, Tadias, Vox, and Lucy the Boulette and Rook the Snurfneblin standing in the entrance of the cult Nexus. Rook mentions that the Targe Torlir, specifically the ruby set within it, flashed a bright orange light as Zachriel imposed his will on Benar Chanzal, stopping him from his coup de grace. This got the gears in Delia's crystal enthusiast's mind spinning and planted a seed. The excavators head up a slight flight of stairs per Rook's directions. Unsurprisingly, the way to the air node guarded by 2 air myrmidons. The fight was a simple one, despite Hum and Vox both taking some strong hits. The party enters the dark path without delay. The excavators find a door, and on the other side a familiar sight. An altar room, celebrating dwarven kind with frescoes on the walls. Waiting for them, in the room in front of a different door, were 2 Kenkus, both saying, "Come and find me," in mimicry. And Tadias, you recognize the voice. So does Hum, and to a lesser extent, Delia. This is the voice of Thurl Maroska, the leader of the Feathergale Knights, as one of the Kenku pushes the door open and leaves. The other one staring at you, clearly unsure what to do.
Maroska is here.
Oh, it sounds like it.
The Kenku sort of nods and goes, "Ah. Who's that guy?" Says, oh wait, let me get a better voice for him. "Who's that guy?" says Oxor.
He's a colleague of my uncle. Yeah, he was in a bad way with one of the air cultists, and we luckily got him to see the sense of what was going on. He's an ally. He'll help us.
The few moments later, the door.
Maybe.
Oh, go on, hon.
I said maybe. He's been turned before. Do you think he's been turned again?
Considering Arisi's dead, I don't know who could do it.
Hey, Miles, were you going to join the game?
Am I not? I can see the screen.
Oh, that's weird. It's not registering you as there. Oh, whatever. We'll figure out shortly.
I'll refresh it just in case.
So you hear footfalls, and a few moments later, sorry about that. The door opens all the way through, and you see none other than Thurl Mroska standing at the door with his sword drawn and a few Feathergale Knights behind him. But once he sees Tadias and Hum and Delia, he relaxes. His shoulders were tensed up, and his hand kind of droops to the side, and he, "Oh, thank goodness it's you."
How did
What
you
brought
get
you
here?
here?
He says, "Well, you. How about you step outside of this altar room?" And the Feathergale Knights step away.
I'm gonna kind of like nod to Hum, just keep her eyes out, and I'm gonna walk first out.
The Kenku also leaves. Thurl goes for a handshake.
I give him a handshake. I kind of give him a cool look in his eyes, and I just make sure that he's not like, showing any signs of like stress or like, worry.
He is showing signs of stress and worry, but they're like, he also has relief in his eyes.
All right, that's good enough for Tadias.
And you see walking down the hallway. There we go. You see walking into the hallway here another familiar face, Windharrow, the who was once Arisi's jester of sorts, that you met in the air cult lair that had sort of grouped up the captured Kanku and kept them safe. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? He says.
It's been a while.
Only a couple days, but
Tired of being here.
feels like an eternity.
What's the situation here? Have you run into anyone?
There is quite of a situation here, says Thurl. He says, he says, I had a few of my riders escort those villagers from the town of Afon back to their homes. When they came back, we next moved to return the Kanku to their village. And those almost like herding cats, but we managed to get started. But he says, when we left this place, we were followed by these, I can only describe them as demonic flying chickens.
I think to that, Tadai just raises an eyebrow.
He says, they were, or they are, 1 second.
You were dispatched by poultry?
Well, they're about the size of you or me. They're very lanky, they had very broad wings, sharp teeth, these sort of bluish gray skin.
Poultry in motion.
You could say that. He says, we're still fighting them. They seem to keep appearing out from the other side of the temple. We've set up barricades and watches, but we haven't left because it doesn't seem right to leave whatever's causing these things to appear to just move out into the world and wreak havoc.
Right. I guess one question I would have is, do you know if anything around here looks like a portal or something magical? Have you found anything like that?
Well, aside from the door you just came from. And then he pauses and he blinks. He says, You're here to take care of that entry that Arisi spoke of, aren't you?
I'm not certain, but we're trying to cripple the cultists.
He says, where is Arisi, anyway? We expected her to come through the portal, or to come through that door.
She's not going to be coming anywhere.
He cocks his head, looking down at Hum. You dispatched her, then?
I guess that's a good way of putting it.
Windharrow claps his hands and he says, wonderful! And he he steps over here. He walks down here and he says, I gotta tell everyone. And then he just runs off and you hear his footfalls down the hallway. And then you hear an echoing sound. They'll be so excited! Right, well, Thurl begins. I think what you're after is probably up in the spires. He says, you might remember when you first came here and Arisi retreated, that a great storm began above the temple in the spires. That's where you're going to want to go.
It wasn't easy. If I remember correctly, it felt like certain death trying to get it up there.
I'm sure Windvane will be able to help us with that.
You have Windvane, says Thurl.
We, relieved it from them. We're trying to relieve it from this world.
He says, well, then that's perfect. There's a way up to the spires where you don't have to walk, or where you don't have to take the ladder.
Show me.
Gladly, but you ought to know that those demon chickens stand in your way.
Well, you made the door out all right. I think we can handle some chickens.
He smiles.
Hey, Lucy, do you want some chicken?
She cocks her head.
You do.
Besides, if we get this all done and get Zachariel back, he's probably want to cook them.
I don't know about that. We've tried to clean them and use their meat, and it's rotten.
That is disappointing.
I told you they are not demonic of sorts. It's this way.
I don't know. I've eaten some pretty gross things. I might have to try anyway.
So as you walk through these hallways, Oxor is just kind of looking around in wonder, as Rook is also sort of looking around in wonder. It's on me. Yeah, okay. One second. Yeah, so he just leads you this way. The hallways around here are clean and immaculate. You notice much more so than the other, or much more so than the Fane. You hear, sounds like happy chatter as you get near this door here. It's funny, both Vox and Oxor have never been here before. They just kind of stare around, taking the place in. Neglected to do that. Shoot, 1 second. This place is actually well lit. I just neglected to put the tokens there. And you can hear the sound of water as he's advancing this way.
Did you ever get in touch with Dmitri? Get everything dealt with?
Yes. Yes, we managed to exchange a few letters. It's relieving. It's relieving that I didn't damage, or that Arisi didn't damage our friendship too much.
Good. He always spoke so highly of you.
He smiles. You hear the sounds of flapping wings and a hippogriff flies and lands here. And and Tadias, you recognize Radgif, one of the Feathergale Knights you actually had conversation with back at Feathergale Spire, all that ways north. And he lands, and he gets a smile on his face, and he says, "Ho! How are the lot of you?" And then he narrows his eyes a little bit, and he says, "Some new faces, and..."
We're well. We're ready to cut up some poultry.
He smiles a bit, and he says, "If you can cut to the heart of them, that'd be fantastic, but..." And he sort of leans forward, and he says, he says, "Where's Illyria and Zachariel?"
Illyria had some business to take care of. Zachariel is currently been captured.
Thurl turns sharply. "Captured?
Jonzo.
Who?"
He was a former member of the militia, Fortstride.
Thurl blinks for a few moments, and then he just shakes his head. "Sorry to hear that."
We'll get him back. We're very close.
You then hear what sounds like a loud squawk, and Radgif immediately snaps to sort of attention. He gently spurs his hippogriff, Gideon, and he flies away. "They're probably at our barricade again," Thurl says. "We should hurry."
Let's.
Whoa, didn't mean to take Tadias. He starts running this way. Actually, no, he doesn't. He's going to go the direct route.
Tadias is following Morosco, whichever way that is.
He goes this way, sorry.
Cool. Because I remember this place being real windy, so hopefully I'm following him right.
What's up?
Hum jumps on the back of Lucy so that she can keep up, and offers a hand to Delia so she can keep up as well.
Well, take her hand.
So you hear the sounds of fighting and flapping and squawking as you round the corner, and you can see and hear the hippogriffs. Wait, are these hippogriffs or? Yeah, hippogriffs. You hear the sound of the hippogriffs flapping their wings and men grunting, and the general sound of battle.
Tadias will take this moment to engage the gust armor as he's rounding the corner.
All right. As you round the corner, you see one of these guys. straggling over what looks like a weak spot in a barricade up here.
One gangly chicken.
And the Feathergale Knight here swoops down and stabs it through with their spear, bobbing it, and kind of lifts it up with the long spear through the Vrok's body, and it's like struggling, but it's run through, and the Feathergale Knight here finishes the job, just jamming their spear in the neck of this thing, and it goes limp. And then they just kind of toss it aside into the water, where it floats gently down this way. Every other hour, one of these things pops out, says Thurl, as he walks through. We've been constantly vigilant.
It's a little disturbing.
I should say. Oxor pipes up and says, I think we should take care of him then, huh?
I have a feeling we do.
When you say pops out.
Yes, it's a good question. What's pops out mean?
It means one of them appears and clambers over the barricade. Although it was much worse the other day. We had to take down at least 10 of them that were floating around, but then they keep coming afterward. Something in there's making these things, I think, says Thurl.
Well, we'll have to fight our way through to find it, but the path that you're describing is in there, right?
He says, he points in this direction, and he says, to the right, and past the mess hall there, and it's in that longer room. And then, Tadias, you've been here before, and you can remember what he's describing is the same room where they had kept some Kenku as prisoner the first time you visited this place. And you remember that there was a symbol of the air cult on the floor of that room.
Okay. I'll share that information with the party, pretty much what I was thinking. That I just remember that might be involved.
He says, I've seen her use it. She took her spear and put it into some kind of slot in the floor, and it let her and whoever she chose to rise up into the spire and out onto the very the very small plateaus and spires that make up the tops of the sky-pierced peaks.
Well, that sounds like what we're looking for.
And you hear, do you think you could look for something else as well? And out from the darkness, you see a genie that you recognize. A Tayir, the genie that Arisi had under her command, who was commanded to clean the temple and until she told him otherwise. He looks at Tadias and he says, he meets the eyes of everyone, and even Thurl, and Thurl just looks like he's used to this. He says, if you're going up to the spires, I assume you haven't found it yet, otherwise you would have come searching for me directly, but that horn, the horn that Arisi had, that commands me, I assume you haven't found it yet, so perhaps you could find it when you go up into the spires?
Very likely she put it up there. She wouldn't want anyone to have access to it.
We'll keep an eye out for it.
Thank you very much. And, there you are. Trailing behind him, leaving a trail of dust, is another face you recognize. Ateria turns around and says, I just cleaned there! What are you doing? And Ferruk, the dwarven ghost comprised of mostly dry earth powered by air, one moment. Who was once sort of not in control of his emotions, but has since sort of regained a piece of his ability to control his emotions thanks to your efforts in the Earth Node. He says, I'm curious. He says, I'm curious about what you found as well. He says, have you found Godwin's weapon yet? I know you weren't able to locate it back in that Nexus area.
Out of character, Godwin's weapon was? Is that just...
There's a room in the Fane of the Eye / the Cult Nexus where there is a tomb, and it said to contain, or it was the tomb of a dwarven warrior from before the Calamity, and there was supposedly a weapon hidden in there, but when you didn't find it, you asked Ferruk about it, and he said that if it wasn't there, it would be in some other dwarven burial around these ruins. When he says these ruins, he means like the entirety of what's left of that dwarven civilization that was in this region before that Calamity. Yeah, it's been a while.
That one was a while. No, haven't found anything like it.
I see.
We'll keep an eye out for it.
Been making a lot of promises, apparently. Trying to,
Well, it's not for me as much as it is... He says, it's not for me as much as it is for you. It definitely would assist you in your fight.
Right.
And the sooner that you succeed over these cults, I think the sooner that I can know real peace. And he looks at Tadias with sort of a pleading look. The sooner they win against the cultists, the sooner I can be free of my task here. Or, the sooner you stop making a mess. I'm sorry. I'll go through the water. And he does. He goes through the water.
We'll try to absolve you of your chores and you of your restlessness as soon as we can.
Echoing from away, he says, thank you. Atir turns around and has the broom in his hand, and he starts sweeping the dust.
We made a lot of promises.
We like helping people.
I like helping people.
We do,
says Oxford.
And to be fair, it hasn't been many days since we made those promises. How
True
many?
enough.
How many 10 days?
Boy, like maybe one.
So, we'll get it done. Let's, save the world first.
He says, Thorough looks back and says, are you ready to enter?
I look to the team.
I nod.
let me cast a spell for me and Lucy and anybody else. Does anybody else need healing?
Vox says I could use some. How does Vox say? How does Vox talk? Vox is like kind of a breathy. No, wait, that's Bit. I could use some, she says. I'm good, says Oxor.
Fine, here. Take care of yourself.
What spell is Hum casting?
So, I mean, I have healing word, but I don't know that we have 10 minutes.
Oh, prayer of healing?
So you think, yeah, the prayer of healing.
Thorough.
So I
Oh, go on.
So I was thinking about just doing cure wounds on myself and on Vox.
It's very appreciated.
Unless we have time, unless we have the time for prayer of healing, which would be better.
Well, feel free to ask.
Do we got about 10 minutes, guys?
The Feathergale Knights and Thurl look at each other and they look back at the barricade here and say, "Well, we either have we either have 10 minutes or you'll be interrupted."
Okay.
10 minutes go by, and you can hear some squawking from behind the barricade here, but nothing comes out in that 10 minutes. Nice. That's 24 HP.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes for everybody, basically.
Yeah, anybody who needs any should take it.
All right.
Lucy needs it as well.
She do. All right. So Thurl and one of the Feathergale Knights stands here. This is Savra. You've spoken with her back at the spire. And Thurl and Savra have their hands on these handles, on like ropes on the barricade. And he says, "Are you ready?" "I'm good to go. I'm Oxor, by the way. I don't know if we were introduced." "Good to meet you, Oxor."
So that is all I'll be. Let's go cut the room.
Let's do it.
Alright, so the barricade. Oops. I'll just do it that way. It's pulled open like two double doors, but I'm just gonna move it like over here to signify it's been moved. And Thurl says, "Go. Quickly." And Oxor's like, all right. And he dashes in.
Bonus action to hit my armor on and start following.
All right. And the barricade is shut behind you. Gonna move your token up there for a second. You hear squawking coming from this direction and this direction. And Hum, you can already see one of them just prowling around.
To the west.
All right. Whoa! Oxor draws his sword.
Wasn't the room over here, though, on the east?
I think we've got company here, and you
All
hear
right.
you hear a
Yeah.
loud squawk. Go ahead and roll initiative. I'll roll for Vox and roll bulk macro. Turn go. Yay. Alright. Nice. And
Except for that wasn't her first roll.
oh,
I
whoops.
forgot to click on her.
Oh, 17's not bad though. Yeah. Do I have it sorted? Descending. I didn't. Alright. Well, Vox. Let's see.
You changed hum and not Lucy. I got her back.
Oh. Wait, what did Hum get?
19.
Oh. Oops. Is it all
We're
fixed?
good. We're good. I got it.
Alrighty. Vox draws her elemental dagger and runs up to here, taking her cunning action. And goes for a stab attack on this rock spawn. Taking advantage of her sneak attack. Yeah. Striking. Dealing 9 plus 19, which is 25 damage. Oh wait. Please. Aha. You hear a slight sizzle as the rock spawn cries out in pain. But it acts next, and it's going to take its revenge. Missing with a beak attack. And missing with a talons attack. Hum, it's your turn.
So Hum is going to use her crossbow and just take a shot.
Alright. That is a hit.
So she's going to go ahead and hit. And then she's going to use her psychic blades. She hasn't used that in a long time.
It kills. It goes right through the eye. So Vox slams the creature in the gut with the elemental dagger, and it tries to lurch forward to peck her, but she kind of just brushes it aside with her buckler, and then the bolt from Hum's crossbow lands a direct hit in the rock spawn's eye, and it collapses over, lifeless. This rock spawn is going to come out from here and is going to do a thing. It rears its head back, and this cloud of this mucky gas extends outward. How far outward does it extend? This much. Oops. All up in Oxor's face. Just Oxor. Who has to roll a con save. Oh, crap. No. And saves. And that means that these things like sort of go over Oxor's body, and he just kind of waves them away. Doesn't seem to be affected by them. But Cops says, "Don't breathe that in." And he's gonna charge forward and attack. Once and twice. Hitting both times for 25 damage. Nice. Comparable. That's Oxor's turn. Another Vrak spawn is going to get into the fray. Wait, how fast did I make them? Yep. And it's going to take the dash action to get all up in your business here. It's Lucy's turn.
Well, we are on Lucy still, as far as I know.
So she gets that benefit.
And so she is going to do, well, where's this guy standing? She is going to take a deadly leap.
Ooh.
Oh, she can't. They have to be 15 feet apart. They're not quite there.
Ah.
So she's going to take 5 feet forward, get up in his face, and do a standing leap and just jump on him.
All right. I think he saves. What's the deadly leap save?
Yeah, it does. It's DC 16 or 17 while mounted.
Yep. But roll the damage because I think it's halved.
Or be knocked prone and take 14 bludgeoning damage. Oh, yeah. On a successful save, the creature takes only half the damage, isn't knocked prone, and is pushed 5 feet out of the bullet space.
No, we rolled the same. Cool. Alright. Got it. So Lucy ends up over here, and the spawn ends up there. With the 2 gnomes on it. On Lucy. Heck yeah. Tobias.
No
All right.
party on the back.
Gnoming it up. All right, let's cut this fool up. Where's my button? There's my button. Boop.
That's a hit.
Sha.
That also hits.
All right.
It's dead. You cut him up real good.
Convenient. And do I see any others besides this one right here?
No.
I think I'm just gonna hang around this corner then. Cauldron.
Alrighty. This larger Vrak, maybe it's Mama Vrak, takes a few steps forward and takes some more steps forward and everybody needs to roll a saving throw. Of what kind? I'll find out in a hot second. It lets out a loud screech, and everybody needs to make con saves. DC 14. And if you're within, wait. Protection. 10 feet. I should give Oxor an aura because they have an aura. Alright. You have a plus 4 bonus to that if you're within 10 feet of Oxor, which applies to Hum and Lucy. And Vox. Let's see. Did I roll? You don't not advantage. Oxor's Constitution. Okay, so the DC was 14. If you fail to save, you are frightened. No, you're not frightened. You're stunned until the rock's next turn. It's a lose your turn thing. So unfortunately, Delia, it's your turn, and you're stunned.
Yep.
Vox is going to move over to here and try to finish off this Vox spawn. Or rock spawn. Vox, rock, oh boy. Misses. That one's dead. Hum, you're stunned. Vox spawn is going to spin around and strike at Vox. Oh. Ooh, deals 6 damage. And then tries to rake at Oxor with their talons. Missing terribly. 6 piercing. Oxor is going to now try to finish it off.
Heck.
Dealing 20. That's going to be enough to kill it for sure. Spins around and attacks Mama Vrock. Hits. Dealing, what is that, 20 damage. Nice, Jesus. Alright, Vox spawn over here is dead. Lucy. Did Lucy roll? Oh yeah, so she saved. What's Lucy gonna do with 2 stunned gnomes?
Well, I feel like they're secure on her back. So she's going to run up to this thing and bite it.
Alright. That is a hit. For 24 damage. Nice. Can't share space, so she'll be right there. Tobias, it's your turn.
Big chicken. Big chicken, go slice.
Hits. 11.
Wrong, a lot of 4s.
Hits.
Improvise? Oh, I said improvise already. But yeah, let's see if I crit on it. Nope, slight.
For another 11. Alright.
Perfect. And I'm going to exploit the weakness. I think his weakness is wing, so I'm just going to kind of dig the knife into it and try to hack at it.
Alright.
One more attack.
That's a hit.
Wow, these 4s. Anyway, and I get these 2 dice.
That is intense. Alright. 24 damage. The wing kind of goes limp a little bit. And the rock turns and it's gonna try something. That's not fun. Yeah, it's going to peck at Tadias. Nope. And then it's going to swing its talons at Lucy. Also nope. I'm just not rolling well today. Delia, it's your turn. You're not stunned anymore. The rock is bleeding heavily. Its wing limp and lame.
I think I'm just gonna firebolt it.
Alright. That is a miss, I'm afraid.
Thank you, Doc.
Vox is going to run up behind the rock and run it through, dealing enough damage to kill it even without sneak attack. And for now, you're out of initiative.
Good start, everyone.
Nasty little birds.
Really are. All right, so let's go check out that sign.
So the symbol was this direction?
That is what you remember hearing, and as you're walking in that direction, you can hear what sounds like crunching and munching.
I'll hit the jets of the feather armor again.
And you can hear it coming from this way. And you see a figure behind the corner here.
Show yourself.
Moves out of sight.
I chase it down.
It turns and kind of squeals at you. And you see several more of the rock spawn here. It's initiative time. We're probably going to have to break in the middle of the fight, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That happens.
All right.
Roll bulk macro. Bulk macro.
I'm not rolling well.
Oh, I gotta re-roll rocks and these guys. Roll bulk macro. Turn go. Yeah, and what the heck? And Rook is just like, boy, there really is crawling with them, aren't they? And he just slides into the wall. Alright. Sending. Boy. Well, you hear the slapping sounds of footfalls as this undead creature starts padding toward you. It's a new verb for walking I've heard recently, padding. Gets to here and it is just making its way towards you with its arms flailed and its jaw hanging open. Vox is going to run up to here and she smooches past Tadias and says, I'll take care of this one. And goes for another behind the corner stab. Where does she go? Where does she go? Okay, I'll just resummon it. Oh, there it is. She'll have advantage on this strike. She'll strike with the dagger. And 18 is enough. Dealing. And she just rams the dagger and you hear this hissing and popping sound as the acid really just reacts with the creature's blood, and she just tears it apart and it slumps down to the ground. She looks to Tadias and then nods toward this one. It's your turn.
Let's see if I can match her. I'm gonna zoom in, kind of slide up, and stab into this one's guts. Nope, and I'm out of improvise, so that's a miss.
Oh, and it takes a readied action and attacks you. $23 to hit for 11 slashing. And I need you to
That'll
roll
ding
that,
me.
roll that con save. You're not stunned and you're immune to that stuff. Still your turn, I think.
Yeah, just removing some hit points. Perfect. A second attack. Yeah.
That's a hit. For 11 piercing, not enough to take it down, but you severely wound it.
Cool. And I think I'm just going to bonus action actually do an old goodie. Can I drop the ball bearings?
Like around its feet?
Exactly.
Sure. That is your class, after all.
Indeed. So it's going to be a 10-foot cube. It'll just be centered, like, this direction in front of me.
You can grab
Right.
You can grab one of the templates.
Exactly, yeah. Just grabbing it now.
Well,
And then I'm actually going to be walking backwards afterwards. So if you want to make that attack with disadvantage on against me.
Can't. He already used his reaction.
Perfect, then that'll be it.
Delia.
I'm gonna cast Shatter down here.
All right. Con saves. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. What's your DC? 17, so 2 of them save, 1 does not. What's the damage? 15? Okay.
And then one of them takes an extra 5.
Which one do you want to take the extra 5? I'll let you pick.
I guess this one.
Alright. That's the one that didn't save, so it takes 20. And the rest of them take 7. Alrighty. Ghoul down here leaves his meal and starts running up in this direction, and yes. So what happens with the ball bearings?
How it works is if they get into the ball bearings, they have to make a dexterity check, or they have to travel as if they're rough terrain to avoid making a dexterity check.
They don't know any better.
So then they just make a dexterity check.
Falls prone.
Yep.
And they're out of movement. That's their turn. Where's the... There we go. That one's dead. And... this ghoul down here is going to also run up. And also doesn't know any better. They're not that smart. So dex save.
He saves.
He saves. He's gonna just run right through. Gets to there. And in the timescape here, it's just running toward Tadias and the gnomes and Lucy with its arms out. Alright. This rock spawn is going to fly... Actually, no. Gonna just walk on over here. And I should have left the template out, but I didn't, so here it is again. Yeah, so Tadias, Delia, and Hum need to make Constitution. Wait a minute. Where did your stat sheet go? Where'd your stat sheet go? Did I X out of it? Nope, there it is. Yeah, Constitution saving throws. DC 13.
You said Dex or Con?
Constitution.
Happy. Save throw.
You're all poisoned. While poisoned this way, you take some poison damage at the start of your turns. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turns, ending the effect on a success. And that's their turn. Oxor is going to walk out. Or actually, gonna just mosey. There we go. Gonna get into the thick of it here, and is going to start slashing. He will attack the lower one here. 20, dealing 15, slashes at it again. 21. Oxor rains down holy light on this ghoul and cuts it to ribbons. That's its turn. That's his turn. This rock spawn is going to go next. He's going to walk over to here and is going to... I did it again. Why did I do that? Breathe on Oxor. And it won't really have an effect on Tadias because he's already under the effects of it. So Oxor will roll. Saving. At divine health, though. Alright. This one's going to get up to here. And
was Oxor around both the gnomes when they made their con saves? I don't know if they got buses.
He was not.
Ah, gotcha. Alright, cool.
Move this over here. And that's all for that rock spawn. Your turn. You're poisoned and you're gonna take some damage. This much. Wait. Ooh, 8 poison damage. And you're poisoned and all that. Take your turn. Actually, let me key what that means.
It's like disadvantage on checks and attacks, I believe, right?
Yeah, disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
I think that what Miss Hum is going to do is she is going to use her mojo shot.
Oh,
on this guy who breathed on her.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, so, yeah, 13 piercing. Are you gonna add anything to that?
Yeah, I think she's gonna use Psychic Blades.
Sweet. Nice. So the arrow strikes in and the creature screeches out in pain, puts his clawed hands on his head and just kind of racks back and forth. Still up, but not for much longer. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Lucy.
I think Lucy is worried about the gnomes. So she's not going to bring them into the battle, but she's going to ready an action if they should get too close.
Alrighty.
She's going to ready a bite.
Alrighty. So what happens if a creature starts their turn in the ball bearings?
Same thing. It's just to check if they move through them. So half speed if they've learned, or if not, they make the dexterity check again. Yeah, good. It's just a 10.
Right. They're going to get up to here, get in the fray, and attack Oxor. With a claw attack. Missing just right off of the Tarja Torlier. Vox is gonna go now. Oh, top of the round. Right, top of the round was already, but you all hear the sound of another loud screech from behind the door here, and footfalls headed in your direction. Along with what sounds like more padding. Roll bulk macro. Bang. None of them were before. Alright. I'm gonna do this one more time, and then... Oh, definitely. Vox is going to head for this one here. Actually, she's gonna turn toward it. She's gonna take out her short bow and take an aim maneuver and give herself advantage and shoot that rock. Ooh. Does not hit. That's unfortunate. You hear more footfalls come around here. This one stands and is going to get out of the pit and move towards Dias. Is going to attempt to slash him. 13. Nope.
Misses.
Delia. Fireball time?
Yep.
Alright. Don't think it's gonna matter for most of them. Ooh, that's an unfortunate roll.
It's the theme for tonight.
Yeah, okay. Does not save though, so this goal is this ghoul. Oh wait. Nope. So these ghouls are annihilated. They just carbonized. They do not exist anymore. They turn into ash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
need to roll the poison damage too.
Yes. Yes, I do. 1. The rocks. How many of them are there? 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this one does not save. Oh, this one is also just annihilated. This one does not save, and it's going to take... that. Then that one did save, so... actually dies. And this one takes 6. So you see that these rocks are actually resistant to fire damage, unfortunately.
Whichever. This one, I'll take the 5.
Okay. Alrighty. Tadias, it's your turn.
Poison damage.
Poison damage. 6.
Many ooches. Okay. And then I will try to move and attack this chicken with disadvantage.
Alright.
That's the disadvantage button. There I go. Yeah.
That hits still.
And I rolled nothing but a 4s.
I mean,
It's a
it's
die.
sort of likely, but yeah. The rock falls down, limp.
Okay, I'll twist the blade and I'll chuck it at this one from the same spot.
Nice. And it hits. Wham! Right in the neck, and it collapses.
I think that'll be it for it.
Alright.
Roll your save.
Roll your save. DC 14 Constitution. Pad. Yeah, that's their turn. Tadias, you should roll your Constitution save.
Oh, right, end of each turn. Yeah, I'll get you. I think I'm still
I did not
wait.
roll mine either.
Please do so. DC 14. You saved. Alright, so Squeezing through this door is another Mom of Rock. Wait, how far did they go? 20 feet. Okay. And they, then they take a 5-foot, like, run, and then they leap into the air, flap their wings so that they can get a lot of distance. And they land. Get in front. There we go. And they land right here. And they're going to let out a stunning screech. Which means that, once again, everybody here needs to roll a Constitution saving throw. Including Vox and Oxor. And if you're within 10 feet of Oxor in that aura, you get a +4 bonus.
So I don't think I have disadvantage on saves, right?
No.
14 then, I think it's not fail.
Vox. Where is Vox? There it is. Constitution. 16. Okay. The DC was 14, so Lucy's saved. Tadias and Delia, you are stunned until the beginning of the Rock's next turn.
What was the DC?
14.
Didn't Tadias save then?
Wait.
10 plus 4 with the.
Oh,
aura.
got it. Yes. Aha, the aura protection definitely helped. Let me just key this. Bang. Alright, that's the Rock's turn. Rock Spawn here is dead. So see that one. And Oxor, what did I roll for you? Oh, the 17, okay. So Oxor is going to act and interpose himself between the rock and the gnomes and start attacking it. Slash. Hitting both times. Dealing 24 damage. Rock Spawn is dead. You are stunned?
No, I saved.
Aha! It's your turn.
She is going to use her crossbow again to use the mojo shot.
Alright.
And miss.
That is a shame. That is very unfortunate. Lucy.
I think Lucy's gonna run up and bite this thing now.
Alright.
She's just had enough.
It's Monch time. That 21 hits. And you hear a bone pop as Lucy bites in. And the creature lets out a wail of pain and looks toward Lucy with a vengeance. Did Vox save? I don't remember. She did, okay. Vox is going to run around here and go for a the creature's vulnerable flank. Not gonna do it. It's unfortunate. This ghoul here is going to run down and attempt to slash at Oxor. Actually, it's going to attempt to bite Oxor. Misses. Delia,
I'm stunned.
you're stunned. Thaddeus.
Okay, big chicken, let's cut it up. That's a fail.
That's a fail. Oh, poison damage. That hits. For 8, you take 2.
And I don't think I have a bonus action that's worth a damn, so I'm just gonna make my save.
Alright.
You can do poison damage for me too.
2. This ghoul is gonna run up and charge at Tadias. Oh, man. And is going to attempt to bite him.
How rude.
Missing terribly. Do you only have a... what? Wait a second, what? Oh yeah, you only have a +2. That's pretty weak. I didn't realize that. But that's okay. The rock goes next. And is going to use actual attacks. It's going to slash at Lucy and Tadias. It's going to try to peck at Lucy. 18. For 7. And then it rakes its talons toward Tadias. 24 for 15.
That'll definitely do it.
Well, it missed her.
It did. Oxor is going to keep raining down on the rock. 1 and 2. Missing both times. Ooh. It's your turn.
She's gonna try her crossbow one more time.
Alright. That's a hit.
And throw a little psychic blades at this baby.
Yeah. (14 + 9 is 22.
23.
Sweet. It's hurting pretty bad. Lucy.
Lucy's gonna reach out and bite again.
Alright. Crunch. Ooh, big crunch. Rock does not look like it'll last much longer. And Vox is going to take that advantage and smash into it with the... or not smash into it, stab into it with the elemental dagger. Ooh. Definitely killing it. Let's see how much damage. Quite a bit. I'm gonna have to send that to Nyx. Wow. Cool. The rock is dead. This ghoul here is going to actually try to attack Hum now. With its claws. 19.
It hits.
10 slashing. And you need to roll a Constitution saving throw. That is enough. Delia.
I'm just gonna firebolt this one,
Alright.
and it's 9 o'clock, so
Yeah. After we
Yeah,
resolve that.
great.
We're gonna take a break. It's like
What was the DC on the poison?
14.
One
It would
away.
Okie dokes.
Okie dokie.
Was Delia done with her turn?
Yep.
Delia had just missed with Firebolt.
Correct. Then I will chop up the one near me, I guess.
Alright.
Disadvantage still.
That is unfortunate. Oh, I need to roll your damage. 6. That does hit. For 9.
And take 2.
That also hits.
And And if he's still kicking,
He is
he kicking?
He is still kicking.
Let's make a third attack.
That hits.
Ow.
12. All right.
And then the dagger damage, which should be rolling, but let's take his time.
Well, you cut him down. All right. That ghoul would have gone, but it doesn't get to go. Neither does the rock. Oxor turns to the ghoul here and raises his very ornate sword and slashes, striking it both times for 16 and 12 damage. Which is enough to destroy this thing and end the battle. And you're out of initiative.
Don't forget to collect your balls there, Thaddeus.
What would I be as an adventurer if I left errant balls around?
That's what I was thinking.
I'll begin picking up my balls. Because this is stone, so I can't even use Suni to like scoop them up.
Unfortunately not.
Dang. Don't leave your toys out.
How long does the poison last?
That's a good question. Until you save. So, you take that much and try to save.
Can
Actually,
cuddle up to Oxor here.
yeah, Oxor will use Lay on Hands, giving you 5 points to cure the poison.
So again.
Rook comes out of the wall, walks up. You think there are any more?
I hope not.
Nasty little birds.
What way do I remember the path leading us to get to that room now?
You remember that it's around this building here on the other side.
So going through this door, pretty much.
Yeah, Oxor will also head in there.
Cool.
And you see remnants of eggshells. Oh, that's what they're doing.
Sick.
Ew.
Doggo. Oxor also is right behind you, walks out. And you hear what sounds like a wall collapse from just north of you. And it seems like there was one more creature waiting to get up in somebody's grill. Roll initiative. Ooh, that's unfortunate for Box would be like right here. It makes barking sounds for some reason. What? Okay. Wow, everybody's rolling super high. Jesus. All of my initiatives that I rolled just now have been 21. That's weird. But I think Vox actually goes first. So she gets out into here. And she looks towards this large menacing creature, which Tadias and Hum you remember from underneath the Sacred Stone Monastery. And Vox rolls a charisma save. She is within the aura, so she gets a plus... She actually has a +4 to this. So that's not going to help her. So Vox gets transfixed by the Umber Hulk's gaze. And... Oh no. Oh, wait. Ah, okay. Vox ends up unsure of what she's doing and goes in this direction, shouldering past Tadias and Hum.
What are you doing?
I don't know. She says, I don't know. And the Umber Hulk advances and is going to slice at... It's gonna get way up in the grill and slice once at Oxor, missing. Then is going to send a slice at Tadias.
He's gonna miss automatically.
He will miss.
He's a gust. Can you make a strength save?
You make a strength save. Strength. Yeah.
I'm trying to pull it up. I forget what the saving DC we put on it was. Where are you, Gusty? There you are. 15, so he's pushed back 10 feet.
He's pushed back 10 feet. That's not... And how far did he move before? Okay, well, he's gonna sort of shake its head and then just tromps down the hole using the rest of its speed and is going to try to take a mandible bite out of Oxor. You did save Hum with that. 7 slashing. Crunch. Well, I don't like this guy very much, Oxor says as he draws Skan Bavara again and slash. Ooh, missing the other one. Oh wait, but before I can do that, Oxor needs to roll a charisma save. Probably going to save. Yes. Indomitable will. So that's going to be 18 damage. Lucy.
My computer's saying I'm offline. Oh, never mind. So Lucy is gonna kind of shrug Delia off and run into the room here, see what's going on, and she's going to take a deadly leap right on top of this thing.
Alright. The walls are tall enough. Umber Hulk stats. Save. Oh no, crunch. I need to move her so I can do some arithmetic. Whoa. Yeah, the Umber Hulk is prone, And I'm just gonna move them up a bit so that it's clear that they're underneath the bullets, and that's it for Lucy, I think.
Yes.
Tadias.
All right, so I guess I make a charisma save.
Yeah.
That's bad for me.
You save. Barely.
Okay, can I get to it through Lucy, or am I going to be throwing it around Lucy?
Well, I mean, you could, with the amount of movement you have, you could climb over Lucy and do it.
Okay, I'll just like run up Lucy's back and just kind of like jump over and stab it as I land on the other side.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hits. You have
I don't have disadvantage. Yeah.
advantage, so that's a crit.
Oh, yeah, it is. Let me roll one extra d4. And then my crits are boring. 12 damage.
12 damage.
And then we do that again. Now I have advantage, so I can press that button. There you are.
Hit.
Boom. I imagine its eye is the weak spot, so I'm just trying to dig into its antennas and face and just kind of slash it up.
Yeah. That's a hit.
Nice. And damage should be coming. I don't know why the exploit gets there faster than the other one. There it is.
17 damage. Icor is already just leaking out of this thing's face and at cracks in its chitinous armor. Finish the fight.
Hum is going to come up here and lay on the ground and fire her crossbow at the thing. Oh, it's prone. Never mind. She's going to get up underneath Lucy and stab him.
All right.
Ooh, does not like this thing.
But you have advantage. Because it's prone. Oh,
There you go.
that is unfortunate. Delia.
All right. Well, I'm gonna peek out the door here.
I forgot to
and-
have Hum roll a charisma save, but that's okay. Because those natural ones definitely fit for that. So Delia, make a charisma save. You save. Oh wait, no, that's Hum. You don't save. Okay. You can't take reactions. And... Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, actually, that's probably the least bad thing that could happen. You make a melee attack against a random creature. And the only random creature in reach for you is Oxor here.
Okay. Of course.
Ow! He says. What was that for? Vox goes, and she is going to shield her eyes as she shakes off that bewilderment, and she's going to go into the door here. And she will take an action to, or her cunning action to dash and get all the way up around here. And Tadias, you see her averting her eyes as she has the elemental dagger in her hand, and she takes she bends her knees to get low enough to stab the creature, and she does it with normal. Oh. She just miscalculates entirely and just chinks on the floor. The Umber Hulk stands up, and it's gonna push you guys because of 5e rules. Stands up, and it's going to fight for its life as it swipes at Vox and Tadias with its claws. Vox, Tadias, misses both, and then tries to bite Lucy. Nope.
It's not having good luck today.
Oxor is going to make that charisma save. Easy. And is going to jump on top of Lucy and attempt to drive his sword home. Oh yeah. That'll do it. Slashes right into the creature's head, and it slumps over dead. And you're out of initiative. Pops out of the floor. Okay, I looked around. I think that's it. At least around here.
Better be.
Oh, good, says Vox.
So from here, where's the room? I remember.
Around the corner. That corner. So you actually run, there's this barrier here, and who has do you have Wind Vein, Tadias?
I believe I have everything on the back of me.
So-
Hang on.
When you walk toward it, it sort of wavers and it sort of turns to a greenish mist in parts for you as you have Wind Vein on your back.
I'm gonna like position myself like right where it was and just kind of like hold the door open.
Oxor says,
5e version of Hodor.
Oh, the door.
Oxor says, we sure we should head up there now? We all look kind of beat up.
Well, once we're past this barrier, we can stay in this room. Nothing can get to us.
It's true. Although I think I saw some rooms with what looked like beds. Wouldn't mind a bed.
Even when I'm in town, I don't sleep on beds. But if you all want one, I can go back.
I think I prefer without chickens.
Oxor then takes a look down the hall, then looks back at Hum and nods.
Come on, Princess and the Pea. You'll be fine. Use your bedroll.
Oh,
Lucy is
Hum was
also
agreeing.
very-
Hum was agreeing with Tadias. Okay, I didn't catch that. You said preferably without chickens, so I thought you meant leave this area.
You can always
Nope.
use Lucy as a pillow. She's very comfortable.
And I give her a good smack.
Oh,
She
alright.
nuzzles Tadias.
I love you too.
I'll go tell our allies back there that that's what we're doing, just in case. Thurl, was it? Just in case Thurl worries. And he slips underground.
Where is he going?
He's going back to talk to Thurl.
Does Thurl know how to speak to him?
Then he reappears. Does he know Undercommon? Or Primordial? I just realized that's probably not the best idea.
You want us to write you a note?
Sure, that works.
Anybody got extra parchment?
I got parchment, says Oxor.
Hum just writes a short note to Thurl saying that we're taking a rest at the sign. We'll be moving forward. We've gotten through the demonic flying chickens.
Rook takes the slip of parchment and he gives a little nod and he disappears under the stone. And about 10 minutes later, he comes back and nods.
Hey, Delia, we should have put glitter in that note. I'm sure they would have loved a glitter bomb.
You know, hindsight is always 2020. We can always
Next
send another
time
one.
we'll-
I have
we'll-
some parchment.
Ooh. Maybe we should wait for glitter bombs till after this is done, though. The genie may not appreciate it.
That would be the most cruel thing ever.
It got in the grout! It got in the grout! And it won't come out. Yeah.
It got stuck in my broom.
Okay, so, you're taking a long rest. If you're taking a long rest, go ahead and
We should take a long rest.
We know we're ending up at the top of the mountain, so I mean, there's not much else out there but death for us.
go ahead and level up to 12
Oh boy.
for the Excavators. And I think we will leave the session there.
I gotta figure out what spells I'm gonna get.
The rest of this recording will be loose talking about level up stuff. Feel free to cease the video. Joy, thanks for watching.
Bye, Joy.
My joy.
Level ups are fun, though.
I mean, this one's mostly just.
Oh, wait,
ASIs,
yeah, this
right?
one's just ASIs. That's right.
So like a feat, that could be cool.
Could get a feat. Add another feature. Another tool for the toolkit.
Oh no, I could get a feat too.
Ooh.
Like Warcaster or something.
Yeah, Warcaster.
Yeah.
Tough. Tough on a wizard's very useful. I'll level up Oxor's NPC sheet.
Yeah. No more spells either for me, so it's just literally ability score.
Oh, I already did. What spells are you gonna take, Delia?
No idea.
No idea? Do you need time to decide?
Yes.
Alright. What about you, Hum? I think you can learn a spell.
I don't get a new spell this time.
What? Don't bards learn a new spell every level up? No way.
Oh, no, not this one.
Really? Wow. That's like... Huh.
I know. It's so at 13 I go to 16 spells, and then 14 I go to 18.
That's... Well, you get a magical secrets.
Well, that's a spell because you get to pick whatever you want
Right.
from any like casting class.
That's weird. Why don't they give bards another spell at 12? Huh. I guess it's because they start with so many spells known at first. That's weird.
Maybe, I don't know. They give you 2 at 15, though, which why not just give 1 each level?
Huh. You'll even get another spell slot. Wait, I've never actually, like, or I mean, I have, but not for a while. Like, do you get a new spell slot, Delia?
No.
I didn't realize that. At level 12, full casters just kind of.
They get stronger casting abilities, but that's about it.
Should they choose to? Huh. Interesting. Okay. Whatever. Well, what ASI did you take?
I have
Actually-
not decided yet. I'm thinking dexterity, though.
I should really quickly check out my Tasha thing and see if there's anything in there that I don't know about feat wise. But I think I'm just going to max out intelligence. Finally catch up with Delia. She's been beating me at checkers too frequently.
Alright, well then I'm gonna actually end the recording. Pop.